Hello, what's going on YouTube? Today we're gonna make base war vehicle tier list again. As you can tell, this thing is the spawn truck, so all of these vehicles are the ones currently in the test place with their current weapons, which is what makes them different. So I'm gonna go over, let's go from top to bottom. Let's start with the best vehicles. So Vortex and Artillery remain unchanged for the most part. In the group test place, the Vortex actually has very 50 caliber machine guns for its tier 5 secondary, so that's more weapon variety, makes it even better. So, and Artillery is unchanged, doesn't have anything new, doesn't have anything old taken away from it, so those are still very S tier. Vortex can do whatever the fuck it wants whenever it wants to. It's the most mobile vehicle in the game. Artillery is super powerful, damages all of the turrets, has the best projectile velocity for land vehicles in the game, and it has the benefit of being a land vehicle where it has cover to hide behind, decent mobility, that kind of jazz. So that's why Vortex and Artillery are still S tier. I'm going to change this up. So there's going to be S plus tier, and there's going to be an S minus tier, and then this is going to be A, and this is going to be B, and this is going to be B minus, and I'll tell you why I'm changing that later. So S plus is they're just the best, unparalleled, godlike, and then right below that's Attack Helicopter, and next to Attack Helicopter, the Battle Tank got buffed too. Battle Tank can be up there definitely. So Attack Helicopter has strike missiles now, as opposed to the garbage lock-on missiles. So that makes its weapons better, but its mobility still isn't that level of the Vortex. It has more power, but I don't think its mobility is strong enough to put it into S plus tier. Fancy Blue Thunder, you can at me, I really don't care. I think Attack Helicopter deserves its bronze medal in the game. Number 4, Battle Tank. I think Battle Tank is really strong now. It has good weapon variety. Its back armor just got buffed, and now it is almost twice as resistant. So that means if you fly to its back armor, you're not going to get fucked. So, as badly. So that's why I put Battle Tank there. It would be here if it had the bad back armor, but it has good back armor now, so it's up here. Number next. What else can I add to S minus tier? I'm gonna add Shadow Fighter. I think Shadow's very mobile, is very quick. That's what makes it good. And also like the laser locust cannons increase weapon variety. I like that too. So that's S tier, top 2, top 5 S minus tier. Moving on to A tier. What is an A tier vehicle? Definitely the Mac Tank. I like Mac Tank's weapon variety. I think it's a lot better. No Mander's weapons are very good on it. Its HP nerf does hurt it a lot though. You take 20% of its total HP. Not just resistances. Not just like specific resistances. The entire thing has been nerfed. So I'm going to move it down here. It's in a good spot. It's in a good spot. Right now. With the weapons in the test place. It's not too OP against everything with using one gun. Here's a difference between my philosophy and other people's philosophy. They think that Mac Tank is like S plus tier because of its weapon variety. Well, I don't think so. I think Mac Tank is A tier because if you have the anti-aircraft gun, that's great. Now you're OD against aircraft, but now you suck against everything else. A tier. Oh, but Pickle, there's like the Gatling guns. Well, great. Now you're great at close quarters combat, but what if you're far away from them? You can't cover the distance, especially from the Battle Tank, right? Battle Tank got a speed buff too. That was a part of its buff, which is why I have it in 4th place. So it can just, and its back armor's better now, so it can actually run away without getting half of its health destroyed by like one bullet by Mac Tank. You know, Mac Tank has good weapon variety, but that doesn't mean it's up here because you can't equip 2 weapons at once. You can't have the Gatling guns and you can't have the Gatling guns and anti-aircraft. You have to have one or the other. And for that reason, it's an A tier. For example, artillery, its AP shells does everything. Damages anti-aircraft turrets, damages anti-personnel, all the turrets right here, it one-shots. Vortex, Shadow, Tracker, does great damage to helicopter carrier, almost one-shots attack helicopter, it just does everything. It does everything. That's what's good about artillery. Same thing with Vortex. Rocket pods gets the job done. Locust cannon gets the job done. Against everything. It's not niche like anti-aircraft. It's not niche like, you know, heat strike missiles. That's the difference between S tier and S minus tier. And that's the difference between S minus tier and A tier. Get what I'm saying? Alright, moving on. Another S minus tier vehicle. Definitely the Tracker. Good weapon variety again. But it can't have all the weapons at once, which is why they're not up here. They're here. Another thing that Tracker has is damage. It has good damage and good range. I like it a lot. I like where it is in the game right now. Not too good. Not too really, really bad either. It has a good place in the game. Has a very good place in the game right now. And I forgot to add Destroyer to this list, didn't I? Give me a second. I'm just gonna go into the group test place. I thought I took a screenshot of Destroyer. I guess not. Did I? Huh, I guess I didn't. Okay. This gun is really good. I like it, but at the same time, it's only a fusion rifle, so not the best thing in the world. Because it doesn't do good damage against everything. There we go. Perfect. Leave the game. Go back to here. Normal view. Edit. Upload the file. There we go. Submit. Where was I? Okay. Now I have Destroyer. And all my problems are solved. Number next. What's after Tracker? Not a whole lot of the cast left, really, is there? Anti-vehicle turrets, definitely. Well, no, it loses to artillery really easily. I think it's gonna be B tier. Anti-personnel turret. Shreds infantry. That's really about it. It's really good at its one job. Really, really good at its one job. I think Destroyer is up here too now. I think Destroyer with its weapons, the fusion rifle, and the HP changes, which make healing better, and the, there was one more thing. And the speed buff. The speed buff really helped it out too. I like it. I like its position right now. It's pretty good. Another one to add up here, definitely, I think maybe Jeep here. Yeah, I'll put Jeep here. I think Jeep is A tier. Decent weapon variety. Its railgun is really good. It's in a good place. It's in a good spot right now. I like it. Its 85mm rocket isn't where it used to be, but that would put the Jeep here. I don't think it wins enough matchups. I don't think it can win against Helicopter anymore. Alright, B tier. B tier, B tier, B tier. Who do I have left? Definitely the spawn truck in the test place is phenomenal. Used to be like Garbo, not even on the list, but here it is. Solid B tier. Still in the lower 50%, I think, but it's getting there. I think with teammates, I think it might be here. But requiring teammates is a handicap in itself. And you have to realize that, okay, if you have 2 people there, you have to assume you have 2 people in battle tank. You have to assume you have 2 people in vortex. You're not gonna win most of the time. 2 individual vortexes is better than like a teamed up battle tank or something. That's what I think. That's what you have to assume if you want teammates. Same thing with Helicarrier. I'm putting Helicarrier below. These are ordered, by the way. All of the tiers are ordered. I'm putting Helicarrier below Spawn Truck because look at its gun positioning. Its gun positioning is on its sides. Look at Spawn Truck's gun positioning. It's above it. I like Spawn Truck's gun positioning better. It covers much more area without you having to switch guns. And that's a big thing. That's a huge thing. Spawn Truck can have guns above it because it can have nothing below it. It's a land vehicle. You can't have land vehicles below Spawn Truck screwing it over like you can with Helicarrier or like on the other side of Helicarrier. You can't have that. You don't have that with Spawn Truck. And its angle limitations are better than Helicarrier's. And it's a utility truck. You can spawn there. You can like dive, respawn another vehicle. That vehicle won't get destroyed. It's just, I think it's that much better. I think it's a little bit better than Helicarrier because Carrier has the health advantage and the mobility advantage, but Spawn Truck has the guns advantage. In the public, the group test server has a lot of guns there. I like it a lot. I think it's in a better place right now. Bomber! I think Bomber should be ahead of both of them, actually. Bomber has a good speed increase. Makes it better. Not quite A tier. If it was A tier, it would need to have better guns or better weaponry for A tier. I think it's safe to say it's in B tier. Pretty linear, easy to predict. Once you know the matchup, it's kind of like, oh, it's another bomber. Time to kill it. Moving on. I totally forgot about anti-aircraft turret, didn't I? I think it should be ahead of bomber too. I think anti-aircraft turret does its job, but the problem is the vortex pilot or the shadow pilot, the aircraft pilot can bail and then run and hide and cover. It would be down here if there was like no respawn timer, but it gets the vehicle kill, but then it's like you pick the right thing to do and then they bail, get to cover before you do because you're still trying to get the aircraft kill, and now they're in an advantageous spot because now they're peeking with Devastator and you're fucked over if you're not using anti-explode. That's how everyone feels when they use anti-aircraft turret. You pick the right thing to kill the right vehicle, and you still die because you're at a disadvantage when they're when they bail and become infantry. It's so unfair. So unfair. So that's why anti-aircraft turret is here. Anti-vehicle turret is the same way, except it's not as bad, and I think it's a little bit better at its job. Same reasoning, except you can maybe kill the infantry guy because you have a rocket, but your angle limits are garbage. Your DPS is pretty good, but you get fucked by arty. You get screwed over by a vehicle, and it's an anti-vehicle turret. Like, what the hell? How are you, like, supposed to use this thing? I don't know. What it's supposed to kill is its counter. And that's what I don't like. Like, anti-vehicle turret wins against Destroyer, maybe. No, actually, Destroyer out-damages it. It wins against Speedboat. It wins against maybe Submarine. Wins against Jeep, Battle Tank, and I don't know if it can even win against that Spawn Truck. Definitely doesn't win against Mac Tank. Definitely not. Even with the nerfs, I don't think so. I think Mac Tank can still outdamage it with the majority of its guns. I don't like the position of the anti-vehicle turret right now. I really don't. Everything except for both of these turrets are in a really bad position because of the way the game is set up. And that's sad. Moving on, speedboat. Speedboat is B tier. I don't think it's much better even with the speed buff. Its guns need to be buffed. That's what needs to be increased about it. That's what needs to get better, is its guns. Its heat cannon shoots at 250 meters per second velocity compared to 300 of battle tank and 400 of artillery. And it has no cover to hide behind like these two do. And it has higher health, lower resistances, so it's easier to heal these two. It's like it's like a worse version of Jeep. Cause Jeep can hide behind cover. I don't think Speedboat can hide behind cover. I'll move it here. I think it's a little better than Bomber. Obviously, Submarine still doesn't have weapon variety like I want it to. Secondary weapons still kind of underwhelming except for the last one, but that's only one of 4 secondary weapons it has. Oh, but the railgun's really good. It should be like B tier because it has a railgun. No! The majority of the people don't even have the railgun. They're stuck with the garbage anti-aircraft gun that can't hit shit because it doesn't activate flak. And it's not high RPM like the Mac tanks. So you can't say it's just another Mac tank thing. Its 20mm machine gun is inaccurate as hell. And there's one more. I can't remember what the other tier is, but I know it's not even worth mentioning. I think it's that bad. Then there's ATV. I think ATV has gone from absolute garbage to pretty good, because it's a 2-seater ATV now, has the flamethrower, it's in a good spot. It does its job well, just every vehicle above it is still better because they're actual vehicles instead of an upgraded infantry. Right? It's in a good spot. I think it should be the worst vehicle in the game. In a sense where you're not raiding infantry. It's supposed to beat infantry. It's supposed to lose to vehicles. That's its place. It's not bad that it's last place. It would be really bad if it was up here. Because imagine how badly ATV would wreck everything. Has good weapon variety. It's a good vehicle. It's just not a good vehicle. It's not good at being a vehicle. It's a good vehicle, though. That's where ATV sits. So going over again, S+ tier. Vortex artillery remained unchanged. Vortex got a little bit of a buff by increasing its weapon variety. Adding those tier 5 locust cannons really helped it out. S- tier, attack helicopter has better secondary weapons. Battle tank got its back armor buffed and its speed buffed. Shadow fighter, still a pretty solid vehicle, has weapon variety, more weapon variety. A tier, Mac tank has, I think, more balanced weapons. It's not crazy OP, and they're very niche weapons, which is why, well, they're kind of niche weapons. They're not generalist weapons, which is why it's not in S tier. Tracker fighter has the heat strike missiles, really helped it out too. I don't think its mobility is worth putting it in S- tier. I think it's pretty easy to get shot out of the sky, especially if you're in an artillery. Anti-personnel turret, just really good at its job. Nothing else more to say. Destroyer got speed buff, HP value changes, resistance value changes to make it heal quicker, heal faster. And that's really about it. It also has like the fusion rifle thing that's alright at killing aircraft too. Jeep has good cover to hide behind. It's pretty fast, but it can get to that cover quickly. Its weapon variety's alright. Its railgun is the star of the show, though. If it's 85mm and railgun were good, I would put it in S- tier, or I would at least move it to, like, here. but I don't think it's that good. I think it should be the bottom of A tier. B tier, anti-aircraft turret, anti-vehicle turret. I guess they do its job, but then the person bails and now you're at a disadvantage even though you picked the right thing. It's so unbelievably unfair. Speedboat has the speed buff. Still, I don't think it's that good though. I mean, it still gets cooked by like every land vehicle in existence. Bomber, same thing. Once you know the matchup, it's not really much of an issue to deal with anymore. Once you see it coming, it's screwed. Doesn't have a lot of range. Spawn Truck has gotten a lot better. It's moved from not even on the tier list to on the tier list because it has guns now. A lot of gun variety, but it relies on teammates. Same thing with the Helicopter Carrier. Bad angle limits and relies on teammates, so it doesn't have good mobility. B minus. Obviously, Submarine is here because no weapon variety. All it's good at is killing Destroyer, and even then the Destroyer kills you before you kill the Destroyer. Doesn't win a single matchup in the game, I think. It's just a hit-and-run kind of vehicle that doesn't get the job done very well. ATV is supposed to be, like, not the best vehicle, but it does its job very well. So that's my take on the vehicles and Base Wars, the group test server, which is why this is the image for Spawn Truck. That's about it. Let me know your comments below on where you think the vehicles are. I'll leave this link in the description below. And it's been your boy Pickle. This is my take on the vehicles in Base Wars, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.